Good morning, Jersey Baptist Church. A little chilly this morning, a little brisk, but it is a beautiful sunny morning. A couple of weeks ago, Matt asked me to speak just for a few minutes on how we are experiencing God through difficult times. I think everyone can agree these have been some difficult times for the last weeks, months, years. And initially I said, no, I can't do that. I'm the one that needs some kind words, some comfort, some help, some direction. But if you've worked with Matt much, you can know that he can gently and easily and quietly just kind of talk you into something. So they know. We have groceries delivered to our house. We get takeout from a restaurant and try not to interact too much with the folks around. We wear face masks everywhere we go, to the grocery store, to work, to church. Some people are able to work from home. I've been fortunate. Some have to still go to work at a factory or an office or on the side of the road or a farm field, and we still try to stay away from each other and not interact. We've canceled plans for vacations and weddings, for postponed visiting friends at funerals. We have little contact with the folks from church, but we try to as much as we can. We don't see family as often as we used to. Family and friends have been sick, and there's not a vaccine for everyone yet. We fear for the children in schools and the teachers. And we're scared, we're angry, and we're tired. You just want to say, God, I need some help here. So how do you find comfort in the difficult times? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely God, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. We can find comforting words in the Bible. You look around and you see that we're all parts of God's creation. We can find comfort in that. Now, I've been fortunate that I have not had to drive to Charlotte every day to go to work. I'm working from home. I'll look out the window in the kids' bedroom, converted mini office, and I can see the blue sky and the sunshine and even the rain throughout the week. I stand at my kitchen window. I watch the birds and the squirrels take turns at the bird feeder. And there's occasional groundhog or deer in the backyard. And I remember we are part of God's creation. I take a walk to the mailbox and enjoy the sunshine during the day, the birds singing, and the moon in the evening. Sometimes there's vultures, which I'm sure everyone has seen. There's doves, there's crows, and each are different and unique. And if we just stop and take a few seconds to watch them fly by and remember we're part of God's creation and get comfort from that. We sit on the front porch and listen to birds and feel the breeze. Even the neighbor's barking dog is a reminder of the world around us. Never in my life until just a few weeks ago I held a live rabbit in my hand, but I did that and felt how small and soft and gentle it was. And then we get comfort in that. You pet a dog, a cat, or a rabbit, and you feel that closeness. You take a look around, and there's a small green sprout of a wildflower seemingly growing in a completely wrong place in the flower bed or behind the bushes, and you take time to smell the roses, as you've always heard. Maybe there's a crisp aroma of pine trees, or the mossy fragrance of oaks and poplars. And you stand there with a breeze blowing across these green farm fields around us today. And we feel God's creation around us. We need to savor those small moments. Don't let them pass by without notice. Sometimes you have to make a real effort to find contentment. We are all part of God's creation. We experience God all around us. A lot of folks are on Facebook. Good, bad, indifferent. Can somebody hand me that? For what it's worth. Dory and I use it. We keep up with family. Close by, even across the country. Shortly after Matt asked me to do this morning, you know how things happen. Sometimes things just happen. And there was something that popped up on Facebook that just stuck out. To learn what is most valuable is not what we have in our lives, but who we have in our lives. To get a call from a friend or a relative most days is pretty enjoyable. Be that person to make the call to someone else, to lift the other person up. We don't get to see family as much as we'd like, but a hug from a family member or a grandchild will make your day. Or a wave across the road to a neighbor or a passing car, or the folks here in the yard here this morning. Be the person that others need, that you need others to be for you. Be that person. The next day on Facebook, again, another quote popped up. If you look at the world, you will be distressed. If you look within, you'll be depressed. But if you look to Christ, you will be at rest. That was from Corrie ten Boom. Another quote I saw, we have patterns to unlearn, new behaviors to embody, and wounds to heal, but there is nothing wrong with the core of me and who I am. I am unlearning generations of harm and remembering love. I often think of a verse I learned in Sunbeams when I was little, and some of the seniors out there know what I'm talking about. Before there were RAs and GAs and Awanas, there were Sunbeams way back when. And probably still my favorite verse, Ephesians 4:32, and be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, hath forgiven you. We find comfort in the words of the Bible and those around us. Matt put a quote on the Facebook about 2 weeks ago, therefore encourage one another and build each other up. Just remember, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. That's a promise we have every day. That is comfort in the words of the Bible that we can take to heart and remember and keep with us. Pray for forgiveness, for help, for guidance, for family, for leaders, for pastors, for neighbors and others. Lift a prayer of praise to God, and in all things give thanks.